Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, it's going to be my Sunday discussion series. So what we'll do, I'll tell you a subject and we'll talk about it. This isn't the one I was planning to do originally, but this is what we'll be talking about today. So it is an article I was sent. The headline is "Tradesman fined for carrying work knife." So yeah, I thought we'd talk about this. I'll tell you some of my opinions on it, and then you can tell me yours. So I'll read the thing to you and I'll show you it as well. So, tradesman fined for carrying a work knife. A Hucknall tradesman has been fined for carrying a knife that he uses for his business, a court heard. Cain Gascoigne admitted possession of a blade when he appeared before Nottingham Magistrates Court. The court heard Gascoigne had been stopped in Hucknall on September the 8th with a locking Stanley blade. He was fined £450, and in addition they ordered him to pay £45, a government surcharge and court costs of £85. But the knife was not forfeited or ordered to be destroyed, as it is usually the case, because Gascoigne needs it for work. So that's quite bizarre really, isn't it? I don't understand that. It makes me wonder if there was something more to it. Right, let's think of some circumstances. So, you're at work, you're using your locking Stanley knife. Now that's the perfectly acceptable thing to do. How could you get arrested for that? So let's think about it. So, I suppose even if you're on your way to work, you're still going to work, you're still at work, you're in your work van, you're going to work. If you're wearing your work clothes, you know, so that should be acceptable. I would assume even if you went to the local cafe for your lunch and left your Stanley knife in your pocket, surely that's still going to be fine, isn't it? The other thing made me think, how did the police know he had a locking Stanley knife on him in the first place? Was he doing something? You know, did he get into an argument with someone? The thing is, it doesn't say anything more than that. The problem is you need more details really. You know, if you got into an argument with someone while you was at work and you started fighting and you had a Stanley knife on, you know, that could probably get you done for it, couldn't it? Because it never says when he was carrying it, you see. He could have been carrying it. So just because it's a work knife, it never said he was at work though, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, he could be carrying his work knife that he uses for work, but it might be Friday night and he's down the pub. That's not acceptable. But that's still his work knife that he uses for work, isn't it? So, yeah, I don't know. It's a very bizarre case. You know, I wouldn't have admitted that. I would have took it. You know, it sounds like he's pleaded guilty to it. I wouldn't have pleaded guilty to that. I would have let it go. But then I really don't know. That's the problem. Is there's not enough details there. But you let me know what you think. You might know more about it. What kind of Stanley knife as well? See, that's a locking Stanley knife. But you can also get those liner lock ones that you can open one-handed. They look a bit more threatening, I think, to people than this. You know, the ones where it actually swings out. Yeah. When was he stopped? Why was he stopped? What was he doing? Because I can't understand why, if you was walking down the road, say, with one of those Stanley knives where the blade doesn't go in, you have to have it in a sheath, and you'd have it on the side. If you was walking down the road perfectly normally to go to a cafe to go and get some, you know, a nice full English breakfast, I can't see why the police would stop you. You know, it'd have to be a real fucking job's worth, wouldn't they, to stop you and do you for that. And in that case, that's wrong. You know, and the person doing it, you know, arresting, should be fucking ashamed of themselves, really. I think. Although they'd be perfectly in the law, I suppose, within the law, I don't know. You know, I'm not an expert on the laws. This is just my opinion and something for us to discuss. But I think even in that case, yeah, it'd still be acceptable, wouldn't it? The only times I could think of it not being acceptable would be if he's carrying the knife around, not dressed in his work clothes, and it's on a weekend or after work. Yeah, still a work knife, yeah. And it's still, I still think personally, I think that's an acceptable thing to do. You know, because you could still, you know, you might have forgot it or something, or it might have been in your work. You might have gone out on a Friday night, put your work jacket on or something, left your fucking knife in your pocket or something. You know, it shouldn't have. I don't think it should have gone to court, and he's been actually convicted of it. Do you? So yeah, that's my opinion on it. We don't really know enough about it, but yeah, let me know what you think. This is a deliberate discussion thing. I want people to talk about this. So now I want you to reply to me. Let me know what you think, and go through the comments and go and see what other people are saying and reply to them. You know, let's have a discussion about this. And then next Sunday I'll do another one. I don't know what it'll be. It may be a news article if I can find one, if someone sends me one, or it may be one of the other subjects we spoke about before. So it'll be anything we can discuss basically. So yeah, there it is. What do you think about this bloke getting done for carrying a work knife, locking Stanley knife for work that he needs for work? That's the other odd thing. It didn't even get destroyed or took off him. Very bizarre. Alright, don't forget to comment. See you later. Right, before you leave, if you ever wanted to support this channel, you can now via Patreon or by shopping at Amazon.com and Gearbest. There's more info below if you need that. Remember, if you want to get full notifications for this channel, click the bell, and I'll see you later. Cheers.